Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a topic that at one point or another most of us have had to deal with in our lives, and that is receiving calls from debt collectors. On a fair number of occasions I get questions from clients related to collection calls that they're receiving, and typically there are two questions. The first question is, should I speak to them? And the second question is what can I do to stop the calls? And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Earl Bridges. I am an attorney, a real estate broker, a nationally certified credit repair and FICO scoring expert, owner of the credit repair company Restore Your Credit LLC, based in lovely New Orleans, Louisiana, and author of the book Restore Your Credit and Live the Life of Your Dreams, available on Amazon for those of you who are interested in repairing your own credit. It is a credit. It's a sort of like a DIY, do-it-yourself credit repair manual. Okay, so let's dive into the topic today of collection calls. So obviously, look, most of us know why it happens. It's you had an account with an original creditor that you opened, and you defaulted, meaning that you didn't pay back whatever that obligation was. The original creditor charged the account off, and they either sold the account to a debt buyer, like a Midland Funding or a portfolio recovery, and there are lots of debt buyers out there. So they either sold it to a debt buyer or they assigned it to a collection company to pursue collection efforts on their behalf. So the difference is that in the first case, when they assign it, the original creditor still owns the account, but they have assigned it to a company. Sometimes it's an internal company like American Express. When they have a charge-off, they just send it to their charge-off, to their collection department, but it's an internal in-house collection. It's not a third party, but it's gone to collection. Okay, I believe Verizon is the same. I could be mistaken about that, but either so the original creditor will charge the account off, and they can either sell it. Typically, they'll sell it to a third-party debt buyer, or they will assign it to a third party to pursue collection activities on their behalf. So the original creditor still owns it, but they have entered into a contract with this external company to pursue collection efforts on their behalf. Okay, that's the difference. But however it happened, it related to a defaulted account, and now you've got a collection company calling you, and the question is, should you speak? First question is should you speak to them over the telephone? My answer emphatically is no. There's nothing good that's going to result to you by speaking to debt collectors on the telephone. It's just they have one goal and one goal only. Well, they have one goal, but they may try to accomplish it in a couple of different ways. They're trying to get money. Number one, they're trying to get money. So they're trying to, obviously, that's why they're calling you. That's what their business is, That's how they make their money. They'll buy an account. In the case of debt buyers, they'll buy the account for 10, 15, 20 cents on a dollar, and then whatever the difference between what they paid versus how much they can get you to part with is their profit margin. So obviously when a debt collector or somebody from a collection agency, gets you on a telephone, their goal is simple. Obviously, they're trying to get paid, and there is nothing positive in it for you, frankly. If they can't convince you to pay the entire debt, then they will a lot of times ask you to enter into a payment arrangement, which I absolutely think is horrific for consumers. I would never advise someone to enter into a payment plan. One of the negative things that entering into a payment plan does is it extends the statute of limitations. And basically all that means is that each state has a certain amount of time that creditors can file a lawsuit to collect on a debt. I can tell you in South Carolina, it's 3 years from the date of the default. So the collection company will have 3 years from that date, and a lot of times they will, that date will get past them, and the account then the statute of limitations has expired, and then they can't resort to the legal process to force you to pay it, which is huge, because at that point, that's your get out of jail free card. There's nothing they can do to force you to pay it. So a lot of times, if they can't convince you to pay the debt, a lot of times they'll just say, hey, like just make a payment, just make $5, just show us you're in good faith and that we'll work with you. Well, a lot of times their hidden agenda is they are running up against that statute of limitations, and they're trying to get you to agree to make a payment, because if you do, that resets the statute of limitations, just the mere act of making that payment. So you make that $5 payment, then all of a sudden they've got 3 years from that date of last payment to sue you. So there just isn't anything that's good that's going to happen for you in talking to debt collectors. And like I said, I don't recommend talking to them. So this is how I have handled it in the past. When somebody calls me on the telephone, and you can tell pretty quickly, that the person on the other end is a debt collector. So somebody will call me, and the conversation will typically go something like this: Hey, is this Earl? My response is, who's asking? Who are you? And then the response is, hey, I'm Bob. Okay, Bob, do you have a last name? Well, you know what? We can get into all of that, but because of security and privacy reasons, I need to confirm that you are the person who I'm trying to get in touch with. So my response is, Bob, I need your full name, and I need the company on whose behalf you're calling, or this conversation ends now. And then the response typically is, yep, Earl, I hear you, I understand, but believe me, I'm going to give you all that information, but I just need for you to first confirm that you are in fact Earl Bridges, and you are the person that I'm trying to get in touch with. Now, my response to them is, look, I don't give out any personal information over the telephone. None. I've been a victim of identity theft, okay? And I have no idea who you are, okay? I don't even know your full name. I don't know the company that you're calling from. So no, I'm not confirming anything. I tell you what I'm going to do, though, okay? If I am, in fact, the person who you are trying to get in touch with, send me a letter, okay? If I'm that person, then you have my name, you have my address, and I promise you I will respond, okay? That's how we're going to play this game, okay? I am not divulging any personal information over the telephone. Communicate with me in writing from this point forward. End of conversation. That's how I handle it. Sorry, I just don't give out any personal information over the telephone ever. And there's no reason to. Okay, I'm sorry, there just is no reason to do it. So that's how I handle it. So then, the second question is, well, how do I stop the collection calls? Well, very simple. Send what's called a cease and desist letter. Very simple. And it's a very simple letter. It doesn't have to be anything real fancy. You can write it out, you can type it, but you want it in writing, addressed to the collection company. And it's a very simple sentence. Please cease and desist from contacting me electronically from this point forward. Please do not call me. Please do not email me. From this point forward, please communicate with me only in writing. That's it. That's it. It's very simple. Get that, sign it, certify, mail it to the collection company, confirm that they've received, to whomever's calling you, confirm that they've received it. And from that point where you can confirm that they've received it, if they ever contact you again by telephone, they are now in violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And every time they contact you, every single time, they can be held liable to you for $1,000 per occurrence. Okay? Send the letter, the cease and desist letter, certify, mail it, return receipt, get the return receipt, confirm the day that it was delivered, and then you keep a diary. You know, have a little pad by with the pen and pencil. If you get a call and it's from this company, just notate it. Hey, yep, they call. I received a call from this company such and such a date after they received my cease and desist. Okay, and just keep a note, and then contact a consumer protection attorney who will be happy to file suit on your behalf, and it won't cost you anything because they'll get paid by the other side when they get a judgment. Okay? That's it. It's very simple. You can do what you want to do, but I don't talk to debt collectors over the telephone ever. I have in the past, but never will again. Just won't, because there's nothing good in it that's going to come to you as the debtor from talking to these folks, plain and simple. That's just my opinion. If anybody else has a different opinion, please share it. Love to hear it. Okay? If you have any questions or comments, please list them below. If you're not a subscriber, please considering subscribing and hitting that bell notification button to get alerted whenever I upload videos. And if you found value in this video, please hit the like button. Drop a comment. I do read them. I do respond, and also suggest topics that you're interested in related to either personal or business credit, because we discuss both on this channel. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate the time that you spent watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.